What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Hot Button Sports Show. I'm your host, Isaac Lane, and it's Creamsicle Tuesday. What's poppin'? Tuesdays, you already know, it's all about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're talking everything Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we don't have a long segment today, but we have some things that I want to get into surrounding the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Since we last came with our Creamsicle Tuesday, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have played two opponents, the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. It looks as if I was right about both assessments. I believed that our game versus the Patriots was going to be a tough one, hard fought, low scoring, and it turned out to be as such. Can we quit now? The dynasty in New England was 60% Tom, 40% Bill. Stop it. And when the 60% left, you have a 40% football team. How many games have the Patriots won? One or two? They're not making the playoffs. They're not sniffing the playoffs. They're not winning the division. It's a wrap. Stick a fork in them. Bill Belichick, you might as well retire. And Mac Jones, he's a decent quarterback, but he's no Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Cut it out. But that's not the team I want to deal. That's not the game I want to deal with. I believe that was a hard-fought game. We did what we had to do to win. Let me repeat. Hard-fought game, and we did what we had to do to win. Now, let's talk about Philadelphia. Another hard-fought game. I believe our players played their butts off. The defense was able to bottle up Jalen Hurts better than I thought that he would. Man, how fast and electric is he? Shaq Barrett could have had 1,000,000 sacks, but he just couldn't catch the rabbit known as Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I think, has a bright future. He has to make better decisions under duress, but I think if they stick with him, in parentheses, they stick with him, it could be good. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to first talk about, what I want to talk about is the play calling. We came out in the first half, and I believe we did not come out flat. We came out firing on all cylinders. They responded, I believe, with their own touchdown to tie it up 7-7. But the offense was humming in the first half. Defense made adjustments. Dean scared me. The secondary scared me initially. With how easy Jalen Hurts was able to go up and down the field in the first quarter. Specifically the first drive, but after that, the defense put the clamps on. Jamel Dean, hats off to you. 2 picks, I believe, in as many weeks. I think. Did he have a pick against the Patriots? But I know he has 2 picks. So Jamel Dean, hats off to you. We give you a lot of flack, but you stepped up to the call. You were able to make in-game adjustments. He was able to get his head around, look for the ball, and get a beautiful interception. So beautiful that it looked as if Jalen Hurts was actually throwing to him. So hats off to the defense. I believe we finally, for what I think is like the first week, we were able to get consistent pressure. Not once in a blue moon pressure, but consistent pressure. But here is what alarmed me and continues to alarm me, and is a red flag as we continue in this series. Please let it be known, I keep it 100 on here about the Bucs, okay? Keep it 100. I'm a realist. I have an issue with the play calling. My first issue is playoff Lenny, Lombardi Lenny, regular season Lenny, whatever you want to call him, just make sure you call him Lenny. Had a phenomenal game. Could have had almost 200 yards from scrimmage. I believe he finished with 127 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns, including about 80-something yards on the ground. The rest was through the air. He's looking like he's going to be our 3-down back. So the days of Rojo may be over, especially as we exit this season and enter into a new season. I don't think we're going to bring him back. But that's neither here nor there. What I want to talk about is the play calling. We did not give Leonard Fournette the ball. I don't think we gave him the ball at all in the third quarter. And then we came out in the second half offensively. And it is as if for the first time, Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians, of course, they covered it up in the press conference by saying we take what the defense gives us. No, you don't, because the defense is always giving up the run. in the first half, and you don't ever do that. So miss me with that. They come out in the second half, and Leonard Fournette doesn't get the ball. And not only does Leonard Fournette not get the ball, but we changed completely how we play. We took our foot off the gas. We put no Risk-It, no Biscuit in the refrigerator when we came out in that second half, we should have had it ready to continue to hum. But we didn't. What did we do instead? I believe we played to protect the ball and we played to not blow the lead, which I am not in favor of. You may be in favor of that. Let me know in the comments. That's cool. But me personally, I'm not in favor of that. But then we said, okay, we're going to no risk it, no biscuit. On a 4th and 3, I believe we were in our own territory, and we don't get it. I believe he threw it to O.J. Howard, corner route, overthrew him. You're up at that point in time. I believe we were up 28-7. You got a chance to ice the game, punt the ball, pin them back. They were only able to drive the ball the length of the field on their first possession. Your defense is playing lights out. Coaches cannot continue to put their players in bad positions to blow games. I'm not being over dramatic. I'm not saying that's what happened. But man, I would have loved to see us punt the ball and see that defense go out and make an official statement game. Dolphins. That was the team. Patriots and Dolphins. Dolphins last time we played. Played a great game against the Dolphins. Defense did good against the Dolphins. But my point is, coaches have to put their players in the best position to win the game. And I don't think Bruce Arians and Brian Leftwich put that offense in the best position in the second half. It was enough, and we did enough, but they get the ball on that 4th down turnover, and they're able to march down the field, gain momentum, and what should have been a 35-10 at minimum, a 35-38-10 victory for us, turned out to be a nail-biter when you just look at the score, 28-22. That's something we have to shore up. On the Hot Button Sports Show, nobody's above critique. I love Bruce Arians. I love Todd Bowles. And I'm finna get on Todd Bowles right now. Todd Bowles. I don't know how closely you guys were watching the game. But it's the second possession of the third quarter. The first possession, Vita Vea and that defense came out, had a statement possession. The next possession, what do the Buccaneers and Todd Bowles do? They take out the entire starting defensive line. They take out the whole D-line. They didn't put our D-line back in until they got in the red zone. And then when they put the D-line back in, they didn't put in Sue and they didn't put in Vita Vea. They only put in JPP and Shaq Barrett. They go down, they score a touchdown. I believe it was that next possession where they got the ball on a 4th and 3. And now we had ourselves an official football game. What were we thinking? It's little things like that, in my opinion. When we play the Rams, when we play the Cowboys, we're going to meet them both again, I believe, in the playoffs this year. We can't do things like that. And somebody made a comment on my social media post, and they said, well, maybe he's trying to protect them from injuries. They had like 3 games in the last 15 days. I could go with that if they did the same thing for the linebackers. If they did the same thing for the offensive line. If they did the same thing for the receivers. No. For some odd, auspicious reason, we decided to take and yes, I know I'm nitpicking, but I'm just being honest. We decided to take our defensive line out on that possession, and it cost us a freaking touchdown. And it ultimately cost us the momentum of that half. So I would love to see, just like the coaches demand the players to play a full, complete game, fan base, we have to demand the same on the coaches. Coach a full, complete game. To me, that was an oversight. And there's 2 oversights from this coaching staff. The first oversight was there's no reason why you should have someone who was already listed questionable, Carlton Davis, on special teams. He's your best corner, and NFL executive said that he's going to be a top 10 elite corner in this league. There's no reason why you should have him on special teams. That's how he hurt his quad. That is an oversight. And then you just took the whole defensive line out on the drive. And is it a coincidence that the drive you take out the D-line is the drive where Jalen Hurts carves up the secondary? Because what is the secondary's best friend? Secondary's best friend is a great front seven, is a defensive line who knows how to get to the quarterback, make him frustrated, make him throw passes under duress so that our defensive backs can make splash plays. Nevertheless, hats off to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're officially 5-1, and it's good to be a Buck on this Creamsicle Tuesday.